Hello everybody, Prime Raptor, and today we're going to review on the Neca Aliens, Series 12, Battle Damaged Alien Warrior. Now, I have both versions here on the review table. The one where he has the blown up head, and then the one where he has the gunshots in the chest. And I decided to cover these both in one video because they are labeled under the same name, and I thought it would just make sense to have both of them in the same video. But I'm not going to lie, these figures are really, really good. These are, of course, just re-releases, but they do have updated articulation and paint. So I will get into that in Sculpt. But anyway, I'll get into that in Sculpt. But anyway, these figures are great. Let's get into what makes them so great. Let's get into their sculpt. So I'm going to first go over the brown alien warrior. So you can see the sculpt on this guy is very nice. Now, this guy has the normal alien warrior head, which looks very good. You can see the little dip in there with the nice kind of looking wire going around here, like piping coming up here, as well as on the other end, they're kind of coming up here. And between them are all these spines, as well as all this nice ridge detail running up and down his head. All the nice biomechanical detail all over there. You can see his little, whatever you want to call these, tendons look very, very cool. If you open his mouth, you can see his inner jaw, and I'm going to try and get that out. It's proven a bit hard to do, but there you go. You can see it's a nice brown, kind of blackish paint, and you can see it's got the silver teeth. It's very nice. Teeth look very, very nice. You can see his gunshots look very, very good. You can see they are a nice beige-ish kind of color, as well as they have a nice dark green that's translucent to an extent. You can see his arm also looks very nice. You can see all the nice piping in there. You can see all the nice ridges look very good. You can see his arm looks very nice. Down here looks very good. You can see he's got this little like bone extension almost there, which looks super cool. His hands look very nice. You can see the fingernails are actually painted. That's something the original did not have. Painted a nice silver. Down here by his waist, you can see there's some nice like piping detail, and it's also very glossy. He's just got a nice glossy finish all over him to make him look like he's kind of a slimy xenomorph, which looks very cool. You can see the nice piping detail going around here. Looks very good. Back here, you can see the kind of spines running up from his tail to his back, to the back spine. You can actually take this out, but I'm not going to do that because it's proven a bit tricky. So, you can see more detail on the spines there. The dorsal tubes look very, very cool. They're nice, like rubbery plastic. Down here by the tail looks very, very nice. Just the classic xenomorph tail. The legs look very good as well. All the nice biomechanically detail. It looks super creepy and cool. His legs also look very, very nice. So very good. You can see here at the back of his leg, you can see more of that nice biomechanically detail. It's very good. And his feet are nice. They are very clawed and look very animalistic. Looks very, very cool. And they're actually painted silver. This guy has a lot more paint than the original did, and the silver toes are, silver toenails are another thing that the original never had. So, that's about it for sculpt on the Battle Damaged Xenomorph Warrior. Now, going over sculpt on this guy, pretty much the exact same as the last one, just with some minor differences. Now, all the body's pretty much the same, the hands are the same, the legs are the same, the feet are the same, but you can see it's got a nice bluish kind of brownish wash over it. The tail's the same, all the paint's the same, and really this is just going to be a quick glance over the sculpt. But you can see up here the head is the definite standout feature of this guy. He has, of course, got a blown off head, and you can see all the nice guts and gore and just violence all over it. Looks very cool. You can see his inner jaw just kind of flinging out. Looks very good. You can see what's left of his jaw down here. Looks very, very good. Very, very creepy. You can see the little chunk of his head just flying off here, which I think is awesome. Just such great detail. You can see it's a nice brownish color with some green translucent plastic in there. The head is very, very nice looking. I did like how they used the acid blood to make it seem like everything's flying off, which I think is cool. You can see it's just like straight up splitting apart. You can see some of the top of the head right there coming off. And his chest here, instead of having both large gunshot wounds, you can see he has the one tiny one down here, as well as the chest looks very nice. It's a mix between a brownish and bluish color. The crotch, I've already gone over, as well as the waist. It's got all that biomechanically Giger detail. Legs, I already went over. Hands, I already went over. Very nice detail. Very, very nice. This is a really, really good body. I actually think this is a really nice Xenomorph body, and I'm very excited for them to do the one that's not battle damage, the Ultimate Alien Warrior. So, yeah, I pretty much just went over this very quickly, but yeah, that's about it for the battle damaged Alien Warrior. So I'm going to go over both figures' articulation, but they are pretty much the exact same. A ball joint at the head, the jaw can open, and the inner jaw can come out. I guess you could count the inner jaw coming out as a articulation, as part of the articulation. The arm can go out that far. It can swivel, or it can move 360. It's got a double jointed elbow. It can also swivel right there. It has got a swivel at the wrist, as well as a hinge at the wrist, and a hinge at the, I said hinge at the wrist when I meant hinge at the fingers and hinge at the wrist here. It has got a ball joint at the torso, or at the upper torso. Its leg can go out that far, go forward that far, go backward that far. It's got a double jointed knee, as well as a swivel right here, so move 360, a ball joint at the ankle, as well as a hinge at the toe, and a swivel at the base of the tail, as well as a bendy wire in the tail, of course. So, that's about it for articulation on the battle damaged Xenomorph. And for this guy, pretty much the exact same. The head is on a ball joint. The jaw cannot move because basically he has no jaw. The inner jaw cannot come out because, well, here's his inner jaw and it's just sculpted into the head. His arm can go out, move 360, double jointed elbow, a hinge at the wrist, as well as a swivel, and a swivel up here at the upper arm. And I swiveled the upper arm, but I meant to swivel the wrist right there. Very stiff. Hinge at the fingers. Ball joint at the upper torso. Leg can go out that far, go forward, that far, go backward, that far. Double jointed knee, swivel, and a swivel at the base of the tail, as well as a bendy wire at the tail. That's about it for articulation on both of these figures. And I thought I'd compare the new one to the old one. So you can see they're actually pretty different. You can see this guy is way darker and has a lot more paint. The gunshot wounds look really different. You can see this guy has no articulation at the fingers, which, well, this guy does. And this guy has no fingernail paint, while this guy does. This guy has no toenail paint, while this guy does. And this guy has no swivel at the tail, while this guy does. So I personally like this one better. But yeah, just thought it would be nice to compare the original to the new one. So yeah. And here is the other battle damaged alien warrior next to the original version of him. And you can see right off the bat, I just noticed that the acid blood from this guy is way darker than this one, which has a bright green acid, as well as pretty much the exact same as the other one, which is the articulation's different, as well as the fingernails are not painted and the toenails are not painted. But you can see the paint is very, very different on the heads, and the gunshot wounds right there, very different. You can see, actually, this guy has the exact same paint on his gunshot wounds as the other version, this guy right here, while these two have very different paint. Their paint is very different. So, yeah, that's just a bit funny to me. But anyway, you can see they are really a lot different from one another. So, yeah, that's about it for comparing these two together. So, overall, I definitely recommend both of these guys. If you have Marines and aliens, then I'm sure you definitely want some aliens getting mowed down by the Marines, and I think these guys definitely are good for that. Unlike the originals, which were sold in 2-packs, so if you wanted some aliens with gunshot wounds, then you were going to have to buy another Hicks and Hudson every single time. But unlike those, these come single-carded. You can get each of these guys on their own. So you can army build them, and you can have a bunch of Xenomorph Warriors, as well as a bunch of battle damage Xenomorph Warriors. So, anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, like, comment. I really appreciate you guys. Oh my god, I can't believe we're at 400 subscribers. You guys really mean the world to me. And that collection video is coming very soon. But the next video I will be doing will be on Vazquez. So, stay tuned for that. Please subscribe, like, comment, and bye-bye.